In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Ponda Baba, also known as Walrus Man, for the Vintage Collection, and he is VC70. Now, I'm fairly certain this is the Vintage Collection action figure. I picked him up from Tongori within the last 4 or 5 years now at this point. And he was also re-released in the Black Series 3 3/4 inch line back in 2017. And I tried to look at some pictures comparing the TBC action figure from the Black Series, and there are some repaints. One notable difference is the belt buckle here. I think it's lighter on the Black Series action figure. But just comparing the pictures to the sample I have here, I'm fairly certain this one leans more to the TBC action figure. But they are very close regardless. And then he was re-released yet again recently into the TBC line, and he had yet another repaint, which it does look like he's going to have the best repaint of them all. Have to admit, it's kind of tempting to get, but we'll see. Now I'm just happy with this one here. So of course, Ponda Baba is one of the most famous characters, I would say, from A New Hope. Known for picking a fight with Luke Skywalker and then getting his arm chopped off by Obi-Wan. The help of his companion here, Dr. Evison, who, from my understanding, just reading some of the EU lore, Dr. Evison actually tried to replace his arm, and the surgery turned out so horribly that Ponda Baba ended up hunting Dr. Evison down for a while. And they had a bit of a falling out. So his species is Aquish. Would be nice to get some more generic Aquish into the TBC line, like a 4-pack of just various repaints and things like that. But we are getting the Cantina 4-pack here really soon, and I'm kind of treating that particular Ponda Baba as like a generic alien, similar to like the blue Snaggletooth and Hammerhead, and the treating Greedo as like a regular Rhodian as well. So the head sculpt, I know a lot of people do kind of have a problem with the head sculpt because it is a little bit smaller compared to the mask that was worn on screen. But I'm perfectly happy with the head regardless. It might be a little bit more accurate to the Expanding Universe lore. And despite it being a little small, I would say it is fairly accurate to how an Aquish looks. We do have the tusks here. He kind of has a little bit of a mustache there. Have his signature orange jacket. Looks pretty good. Shirt underneath. Belt and the buckle. The holster, which I really like the design of this holster, especially since this blaster has a little bit of a longer stock to it. Hasbro designed it where you can actually insert it in a way where it's not so bulky looking, but Dr. Evison's holster does not do that. And then just the strap at the end here, it's just cut apart. As far as hands here, you have 2 sets of hands, but these ones are his flippers, which from my understanding was used in the holiday special. I'm not exactly sure if it's lore accurate for the Aquish to have flippers like this, but it's usually the hands I have them for. It does fit better for his cup here, but for the blaster, the extra set of hands is definitely much better. Then you have his trousers here and his boots. Articulation's pretty good as well. Ball joint the head, and then hinged shoulders, hinged elbows, the swivel wrists, swivel waist, and swivel hips, and hinged knees, and yeah, hinged ankles, I think. It's a little tight on mine though. What is there? So in terms of accessories, he has a lot of them. So horse the cup here. It's always nice to get these. But we're going to be getting a whole lot of them with the cantina. Then you have his blaster here, which is all silver. Same one that Dr. Evison has, just repainted. The flipper hands here, I would consider to be an accessory. Then you have his severed arm with some blood detailing at the ends here. And it does pop apart. Glad Hasbro included that. And then you have these two set of hands here, which again are more aligned for the blaster. And it looks like you can fit the cup there as well. And it's not too hard to pop the arms out. I know a lot of times popping limbs off can be kind of difficult for Star Wars figures, but it's not so bad for Ponda Baba here. And you can interchange everything. You don't have to have like the flippers specifically on one arm and then the hands on another. It's pretty good. And then, of course, after Obi-Wan pulls out the lightsaber, you got his severed arm there. Do plan on reenacting the scene once I get the cantina. I do have the Legacy Collection Ben Kenobi reviewed on the channel, which is still a really good action figure. Let's switch out these hands here. I have them like this for a little bit. And here he is with his partner here. And I'm glad to get these two together. It's been a lot of years in the making. I did always kind of want Ponda Baba in my collection, but back in 2011 when he was initially released, he was kind of a hard action figure to find, at least in my area. So unfortunately I missed out on that opportunity. Then when the Black Series re-released him, all of a sudden he popped up on Tungori's site as well. so I went ahead and got them then. Then, of course, I talk about the story with Dr. Evison in his own individual video. A lot of years in the making. Glad to have these two together. Definitely some of the most iconic characters from A New Hope. And I would definitely recommend them both for your collection, especially if you're a fan of the Cantina scene. If you're getting the Cantina, you definitely need these two. But even if you just want some background characters or some interesting looking characters for your collection, these two are definitely great contenders. But anyways, that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for plenty more in the future. There's always more to come. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support, and check out the links in the description if you haven't done so already. And as always, thanks for watching.